Welcome to the Trade Machine Podcast. I'm Alex Sons, one of your hosts. I'm here with my brother, Hunter. Hunter, what's going on?
What's up?
Rich, what's good? Man, and we are in the depths of the offseason, so there really ain't much to talk about, but we love basketball. We want to keep talking ball. And so here's what we're going to do. Throughout the course of the summer, we're going to be doing a draft of the awards next year. So, for example, today we're going to be drafting our MVP candidates. And so we each get 5 picks. There's 5 rounds. We're going to snake draft because I guess that's fair. And whoever has next year's MVP wins the grand prize of getting to go first next year. So unless we want to get crazy and put a little money down, we'll figure that out later, maybe off the podcast. But so without further ado, I swear this was randomized. I have the first pick, and ironically, I haven't really thought too much about it, but I'm not going to think that much about it, and I'm going to take Nikola Jokic. I think he's the best player in the world. The Nuggets got way better. There's going to be MVP fatigue now for SGA. If I was betting money, Jokic has to be the best bet, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that would have been my first pick too if I had the 1-on-1, just because Jokic is that kind of guy. Like, it looks like it's going to go right for Denver, so you buy in kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Bro, even when it don't look like it's going to go right for Denver, you got to buy in on Jokic. Because it's Jokic. It's insane. I don't think we got to talk too much about Jokic at number 1. Number 2, Rich, where are you going?
I'm not saying this just because he's a Laker.
Ooh,
okay?
Rui Hachimura.
No, I'm just playing.
Rui Hachimura.
Okay, number 2. So I have a list of the top 25 players pulled up. And I'm looking through, I'm like, 1 through, I would say, really 10 is really realistic. But
just do it, bro. You know you want to.
I'm taking Luka, bro.
You gotta take Luka, bro.
I'm taking Luka, bro. There's no way. I think we still gotta figure some things out, as far as an organization, just the Lakers. There's a lot of pieces we need to be a real contending team still, but if I'm betting on Luka and LeBron on the same team behind Jokic, and that's just because that's already been like in stone. Look, Jokic done what he done, but potential here, I'm like, man, of course he's on the team with LeBron. You think like maybe LeBron will get it, but this is kind of like a passing of the torch moment, for LeBron. So I think it'd be cool to see too as a Lakers. So.
You got to take Luka. If you're a Laker fan, you got to take Luka, and he's third basically across the board when it comes to MVP odds. Hunter, what does Luka have to do? What do the Lakers have to do for Luka to win the MVP this year?
Be the third seed or above, I think, because MVP is a lot on winning.
Mm-hmm.
Luka's going to put up these stats to win MVP, most likely. I think he's going back to his 30 points per game and 8 and 8 at least. So, yeah,
you think he has 30, 10, and 10 in his bag?
He could do it, but I don't know if he will. That's
asking a little much. 30, 10, and 10. Jokic just
he got another year in him at least.
Yeah, man. I think Luka, if Luka locks in, he easily could win his first MVP. He's an MVP caliber player. He's going into his prime, and he's on the Lakers. Like, that just spells MVP. Come on, man. I'm not taking a Laker, though, so I took Jokic. But I think you can take Luka at 3, at 2. No problems. Hunter, you're at 3. We know who you got to take. Come on.
It's got to be Shea.
Has to be. You have to take the reigning MVP on the best team in the league.
Shea.
Yeah.
Tell me why you're taking Shea.
He was the current MVP. Current MVP down at the 3rd pick. Easy.
Yeah, I think here in a couple weeks, we've been talking about doing a 10-year look back at the 2015-16 season, just because Rich and I watched a ton of basketball that year. That felt like an iconic year for basketball in this millennium. And we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary. And I was looking through the 2014-15 Warriors versus the 2014-15 Thunder. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the Shea and Steph, they're both right around the same age. first MVP season, and then the second year they took to even another level. I could see Shea doing that, winning back to back, but he would have to go to another level.
Yeah, like add a 3-point
to
shot.
go back to back. It's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have to like take his assist numbers
Something
up.
like that,
Yeah, something that takes him to that next level. Because, like, we saw Steph win in 14-15, and then he won again in 15-16. But, I mean, he went from, like, really good player, won the MVP, to unanimous MVP in 15-16 on a 73-win team.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of thing it would have to be for Shea, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. So, Shea at 3, you had to do it. Now, Hunter, here's where it starts to get fun, and you get pick 4.
Back to backs.
Yeah, I don't know. The usual pick is hard to take right now.
What's the usual?
Come on, Hunter, who you
It's
taking?
easily Giannis,
Okay,
usually,
that's-
talent-wise. He would be higher, but
That's tough.
between the trade and him, their team might not be in good.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can
That's
take
tough.
him.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Who else do I go at that point?
But let's make the Giannis. Let's make the Giannis argument.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Giannis. That's the argument.
If he carries this team to a top 4, that's the okay. Thanks, Hunter. If he carries this team,
That's the whole thing. It's just Giannis. That's how he.
there's still some stuff they can do though, right? So right now, the biggest issue for the Bucks is they have no guard play.
Yeah.
Their best guard is Kevin Porter Jr. Right, which is kind of insane. But there's 2 guys that are potentially going to be out there that they could get. Chris Paul, right, who is not your starting level guy, but he's the kind of guy that can come in and play minutes.
He's gonna change things. Yeah. Go ahead.
Exactly. And it's currently Monday night, and it's not official yet, but all signs are pointing to Bradley Beal being bought out. If the Bucks ended up getting a guy like Bradley Beal, all of a sudden that's a top 4 or 5 team in the East, 100%, and Giannis is right back there in the MVP conversation doing his 30, 12, and 6 or whatever he does. You know, like I imagine when I think back at the 90s and like early Shaq, who was
Orlando
like
Shaq.
running up and down the court, Orlando Shaq, who was like just extreme athlete, really fast. I feel like if Orlando Shaq was drafted in the 20 teens, he would have been Giannis. You know, he would have been dribbling in high school, playing AAU. Like I really think that's who Giannis is. He's that kind of dominant. But the Bucks have just been so dumb around him, and they've just made it all started with the Bradley Beal trade, the Dame trade, which was just atrocious. You know, and you got to give it a shot. Right, like I don't hate him for it, but like to oversee how good Drew Holiday is,
right,
and what you're losing, it's just tough.
That was a big part of.
So Hunter,
all right, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that was a big part of. I was confused by it. Like I saw y'all got Drew Holiday, and I'm like, I couldn't believe the Bucks let him go. I'm like, he was such a foundational piece of what got them to the championship. I knew as soon as they traded him, like it's just not gonna be the same, bro. He brings a different element to the game. He wasn't even starting.
Shout out the Bucks. Shout out the Bucks for giving Drew Holiday to the Celtics, basically, and they just handed the Celtics to Larry O. They just handed the Celtics to Larry. No, we had to trade him, Hunter. When you're so great that you got so many players that need bags.
Right.
Sometimes you got to trade them in the second apron. It just is what it is, Hunter.
Open for the play-in, Alex.
You wouldn't right now. You wouldn't know, Hunter. Your team can't get out the second round. Don't talk to me about that.
You're gonna be in the play-in.
Don't talk to me about that. Anyways, you're taking Giannis at 4. That's just what it is.
No,
Rich,
I'm not.
You taking it?
I'm taking Wembanyama.
No,
I'm taking Wembanyama.
Wemby, really?
Wemby?
I thought about.
Why are you taking Wemby?
If he's healthy, their team's gonna be good now, and he's gonna have the stats. You're going to get probably like a 23, 10, and 5.
Think they'll get the wins, though?
With near 3 blocks per game. Those are MVP numbers. So taking Wemby over Giannis.
Okay,
just
so
because
Hunter,
of wins, though.
You took Wemby over Giannis?
Just because of wins.
We just talked about Giannis for 2 minutes, and you said, we're going to take
I know,
Wemby.
You gave me time to think about it. And I thought of Wemby. I forgot he was playing.
Okay, so before we move on then, and we'll let Rich pick whoever he's going to pick. We'll see how far Giannis falls. This might be like the Shadur Sanders of the Trade Machine podcast.
I don't think he's falling.
You don't think so? You don't think he's going to round 6? We only got 5 rounds. But I think if Wemby wins the MVP, he's a lock for Defensive Player of the Year. And it would mean that's the start of like a Kareem level career.
He was
would
already
be
averaging
insane.
like what 20, like 9 and 4 or 3 with
Something
almost 3
stupid.
blocks per game. It was already crazy.
I have no idea. Like, it's what he does as a defender is more valuable maybe than what anybody else in the league offers. Maybe Jokic offensively is the only thing, but like purely as a defender. And he's trending toward elite shooting.
And he's 7'5", so if he can just shoot a little bit, no one can contest his shots. He's going to just make what he wants.
And everybody's sleeping on Luke Cornett, baby.
Luke Cornett,
He's got the perfect.
he's actually a good player.
He's gonna put his hands up
talk
and play
about Luke
defense.
Cornett, but he's actually a good player.
Oh, I love Luke Cornett, bro. Don't let nobody talk about Luke Cornett around me. That's a champion.
But
Luke Cornett's a
I
champion.
want to see. I need to see from like this year from Wemby, which I'm sure we're going to get. I just need to see him just dominate, like use what you got and just like enforce your will, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And this doesn't matter much to the MVP conversation because it's a regular season award. But like, he's gonna have some late season games because his team's gonna be good
Right.
that are gonna really matter. And I'm really excited to see how he plays in those. And I think that'll dictate whether he's at that MVP level or not. Because this is gonna be a close race. It always is. You know, especially with these teams in the West, there's gonna be 3 to 5 guys who have a real shot at it within the last month or two, and someone's going to have to pull away. That's what I wonder if Wemby can do.
Right.
Rich, pick 5. Who you taking?
I'm taking Giannis Antetokounmpo at pick.
Yeah, bro, the 2-time MVP.
Have to.
I was
The
trying
top
to say
15
maybe he
player
falls
ever.
like Shedeur just so he can get him at 6. That's all they want.
They're a lot like the Lakers though. They still got to figure a lot out, bro. Because that team that they got now isn't competing with. You know, they're not getting past first.
If
Yeah.
he gets traded,
But
does
also
that
if he
help
gets
his MVP
traded-
case?
100%.
Yeah.
100%
It-
helps his MVP
it
case.
was-
Or do they look at the fact that he got traded being part of his
No.
MVP case?
Not
Absolutely.
with Giannis.
Not when it's Giannis.
Yeah, not with Giannis.
No.
He just
Now,
a fresh start, especially if he does well first year, MVP kind of level. Like then I think I push him up to number 1 over Jokic. To be honest,
oh, yeah. I think Giannis is right there. I think Giannis, oddly enough, he's the second best player in the world. Most people agree with that. And I think
You
he's
can argue
one
him
of the most
first,
underrated
yeah.
players. Because what he does defensively is so underrated to the casual basketball fan that Jokic just isn't able to do. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think Jokic is better than Giannis,
Yeah.
but I think they're like neck and neck. Like, Giannis is special. All right, I got pick 6 and 7.
He's gonna mess
I'm
him
just
up.
kidding. I'm pushing 30. I can't make those jokes.
my
But
nephew, bro. I already know what you're talking about.
bro, your nephew is so funny on
I
TikTok.
already
We
know it.
cannot do this on the pod.
Yeah.
Bro, he's so funny.
I mean, I've been talking to him about this.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
man, hey, game is game.
Right.
But pick 6. Who am I gonna take? So we have no Wemby, no Giannis. I think there's one. I got 2 guys I'm taking. And so first, I want to show love to Anthony Edwards, a dog, bro. I mean, it's the Timberwolves would have to be a top 2 seed probably for Ant to get there because he's never gonna have the crazy
Yeah.
numbers. I don't think.
Yeah. But Ant has the
Like I don't think
Ant has the special moments though. He really does have it.
He could definitely
He
be
has-
the
he has a
30
lot
point
of
per game
special
scorer.
moments, and that's kind of his thing. Kind of like Kobe.
Yeah, bro. Well, yeah. And that he's got that like Jordan Kobe 2-guard
Yeah.
thing. That explosive, 6'6" 2-guard. And so we haven't had one of those guys win in a minute. Like SGA he's not the explosive athlete
Just a
that early Kobe
Genius.
was and Jordan was.
genius point
Yeah.
guard, forward.
Like SGA reminds me a lot of like late in his career Kobe, who was just insane
Footwork.
in the mid post with his footwork. That's just insane. Anthony Edwards is like Afro Kobe, man. Like, and he's in your face. If he gets to about 30 a game, that's probably the thing. Because last year, he was second in the league in 3-pointers made. And the only question about Anthony Edwards coming into the draft when he was drafted first overall was, can he shoot the 3?
Yeah.
Now he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. Like, it's not even exaggeration.
He's been getting better.
He's one of the most explosive athletes.
He's been getting so much better.
And he got better last year as a passer too. He was almost passing too much. I felt like,
Yeah, I
especially
agree.
watching some of those games, where like he was passing out of things when he needed to be more aggressive. I think if he can find that balance again, he could easily win the MVP. And then number 7, this is the guy I actually think I'm gonna bet because I love the odds, and I think their team is one of the sneaky winners of the offseason. And at number 7, I'm taking Jalen
Hey,
Brunson.
I knew it was gonna be Brunson because I mean that's the next best option. But also, you said the sneaky offseason, bro. I've been thinking the same thing.
Bro, tell me about it. Go ahead.
I'm really talking about that Yabusele signing,
Yabu,
bro. He was
baby.
nice for the Sixers when the guys were missing all that time. He came in and played, and he was actually like hooping, bro. Like he actually can. And you put something like that with Cat and Jalen Brunson, bro. I don't know who their coach is gonna be, or did they hire a coach? I didn't see if they hired
I
They
think
hired
it's
him.
Mike,
Mike
Brown.
Brown. Oh
Mike
yeah,
Brown.
yeah. I did see that actually.
Who's a good
He's
coach.
a great coach. I think he's gonna be perfect for New York too. But yeah, Jalen Brunson, and you get that bench production from Yabu, or he might start. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but
He's going to be on the bench,
but
definitely.
yeah, you bring out production off the bench, bro. With Deuce McBride getting better. He was knocking down threes pretty consistently. Campaign is just energy guy. He's kind of like I like Campaign.
He don't even need to be in the rotation anymore, though. They got Clarkson.
True.
Yeah, they got Jordan
I'm
Clarkson.
tripping, bro. I'm tripping.
That's
Jordan
what I'm
Clarkson,
saying.
That was crazy.
So that's like, you think off the top of your head, you got Brunson, OG, McHale, Cat, and Mitchell Robinson is who I think they'll start. I think they'll start Mitchell Robinson at the 5. And then take Josh Hart, McBride, Clarkson, and Yabu off the bench. That's a 9-man rotation.
Bro.
They did not have that last
At
They
year.
had like a 7-man last year, so yeah.
Literally. Like a 6.5-man rotation, basically.
Yeah, bro.
But McBride wasn't playing
Yeah,
well.
that was that's
There's no more campaigns, no more Landry Shamits. Like, that's not happening anymore with the
that's what I
Knicks.
was trying to go.
And Brunson's that guy. So shout out Landry Shamit though, Kansas City
He from KC.
native, but yeah, bro, he's from North KC.
I know that. That's what's up.
So shout out Landry
Yeah,
Shamit.
shout out.
I think Jalen Brunson, that team could easily win 55 to 58 games. I wouldn't be shocked if they even got to 60. Like, this has the makings of a really, really good team. Mike Brown is a good coach. Jalen Brunson is an absolute superstar. I'm definitely going to bet on Jalen Brunson.
I like it.
Rich, number 8. Here's where I think it actually starts to get kind of fun.
Now I'm thinking, I don't think either one of y'all gonna pick this dude, and I don't know if I should let him slide to the 4th round or just go after it now because I feel like we're reaching a point, not where people are kind of blending together because there's still a pecking order. There is still a pecking order with these guys, but as far as
If it's who I think it is, man, I'm not taking him.
it might be, but I love this guy. I love this player. I love the person. I love the rapper. I'm taking Kevin Durant.
Oh, I wasn't thinking Katie.
That's what I was gonna take.
Okay,
so.
great. I'm glad I took him, bro. See,
I would have took KD next too.
bro.
It was right there. Give me the KD argument.
I think he was brought into Utah to be that guy again. You know what I mean? Like this is KD Silk and hoop, bro. He took a backseat to Devin Booker on the Suns. I feel like that was just kind of like because they talked about it earlier in the season. I think it was on ESPN with Stephen A. But they were talking about how there's too many alphas. Like I think we talked about it on one of the earlier podcasts. But it was too many heads to the snake. I think I said. But now that he's here, and not only is he bringing that championship level understanding of the game, but it's somebody that just loves to play basketball and is going to be there for his teammates, and they're going to want to get him there too. So I think, of course, you got the rise of Amen Thompson, and he's not going to put up. He might get MIP. I could see MIP in men's future, but MVP, KD, like he puts up KD numbers, bro, and he's the guy. Like this is like his chance without Westbrook, without Curry, without anything to really block it. So, I mean, why not?
I think this could be KD's version of Kawhi in 2019
But yeah, exactly.
with the Raptors.
Exactly.
I think that's the type of team this could be. Hunter, you said you were going to take him. Why?
He's gonna be the lead option on one of the top 3 teams in the West. He still can average 28 points a game.
And he
Crazy.
fell to the 3rd round. That's insane. Kevin Durant,
I was hoping
best player on a team that's going to be like a top 2-3 team in the league, and he fell to the third round.
That's the one I really wanted, bro.
Kevin Durant. I love it. I could easily see it. The only thing is he's just older.
Yeah.
Is he going to play enough games?
That's the only thing. We got to see, though. We got to see.
That's the only thing. Yeah. Hunter? Last pick of the third round.
You're not going to like either of these picks. First one, I'll go with the safer option. Well, I don't know if he's a safer option because he never plays, but Kawhi.
Kawhi's my next one.
Ooh.
Kawhi's my next one.
You take... Okay, I don't think you're going to take who I thought you were going to take.
I'm taking a reach. No, I'm taking a pretty big reach.
Give me the Kawhi argument.
If he's healthy, he's one of the 5 best players in the world.
I love Kawhi.
He might be the best player at doing everything. He's a good passer, good shooter, one of the 3 best defenders in the league when he's healthy. So he's just maybe the best overall player right now when he's healthy.
Yeah, and the rumor is this is the team that Brad Beal is rumored to go to. And so we talked about the Bucks. Can they get Brad Beal or Chris Paul? I think whoever doesn't go to the Clippers is who's going to end up on the Bucks. Yeah. I think that's the domino that's waiting to fall. Yeah. But I think both of them want the Clippers first. Clippers got to decide which one they want. And essentially just today they turned Norm Powell into John Collins, who's a young stretch 4. He shot almost 40% from 3 again last year, where he had a shooting slump. And now they've got, this team is deep. You know, they've got Chris Dunn, James Harden, Bogdanovich. They've got Batum still, Kawhi, John Collins, Zubac, Brooke Lopez.
You got a squad.
His team's deep with vets, bro. And so, and it's a regular season award. If Kawhi plays, which is like, he's not the worst injury risk. He's not the worst injury risk. But, oh my gosh, he's so far down. That is a reach. But I think it's great value. I would have taken Kawhi. Yeah. I think he's a great pick. All right, Hunter. Who's your next pick? Go ahead.
I have to take a Kevin.
I knew he was going to do it.
I'm not going to take the chance of one of you guys taking him.
Max Strus. Hunter takes Max Strus.
I was just thinking
No. Evan Mobley.
Okay.
MVP chances, he's got better chances than Donovan Mitchell because I just feel like with the defense adding on to it. Even though Donovan Mitchell is currently the better player, if Evan Mobley just gets a little more touches, gets to the 22 points per game.
Wow.
Not mad, bro.
I was not expecting you to say Mobley. That's crazy.
I feel like it's the better take over Donovan Mitchell for an MVP take. Maybe not the better player right now, but
if you know ball, you know how good Evan Mobley is. Donovan Mitchell, though, he has the potential to be a 28 to 30 point per game scorer. And if the Cavs are really good, I think that's probably going to get more votes, even though Evan Mobley, I actually do think is their best player.
I just don't. He's not going to get that points with how they're currently playing. They're trying to lower the minutes of the starters, so they're not scoring as much, and that's going to hurt how they look at his MVP ranking.
Here's my argument. In order for Evan Mobley to win the MVP, the Cavs have to be the 1 seed. They have to win 60-plus games because every argument you make for Evan Mobley, Wemby is just better. And so they have to be several games better than the Spurs. They have to be several games better than the Spurs. You did get both. So look at you, Hunter, drafting archetypes. Come on. Like a real GM.
I'm only going to pass on a Cav. That's just not going to happen.
All right.
I had to get one.
So we're not going to talk about the Cavs for too long. You're going to have a long time to talk about the Cavs this offseason, so we'll give you the floor later. 4th round, pick 11. Rich, it's you again.
I drafted 2 Lakers, just so y'all know. LeBron's out of there for me. I'm not doing it.
Oh, I thought you were going to take LeBron and say he was getting traded.
No, I know this pick is.
Taking LeBron James to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
This one, I think for me, is more of a hopeful. Definitely has the potential to. But we have to see what they look like come start of season. But I think if they do it right, he should be in position to win the award if he produces. I'm going with Devin Booker.
Oh.
Yeah. I think, he dropped 70 points in the game, bro. He had so much. I think he had so much left. I know that was a while ago.
They lost, though.
I know, that's a crazy part. But I think.
Hunter, who'd they lose to? The Boston Celtics. Go ahead.
But I think Devin Booker, bro. Like I said, it's more of a hope, but I think he can. If they build it right around him, he's got, he's been to the finals before. Of course, it was with Chris Paul. That was a different team, but I like Devin Booker, and I think he has the mindset of a facilitator. He has the drive of a scorer, and if they can somehow find a way to elevate the best parts of his game and actually highlight it to the league, rather than trying to make him play. I don't know. This is their system. If a lot of things have to change for this to even be realistic, to be honest. But Devin Booker has the potential too, and I like Devin Booker, so that's why he's my pick.
100%. Devin Booker, I don't think there's any world he wins MVP this year. That's why I wasn't going to take him. I think he can be an MVP in his career, though.
No, but they did do the draft perfectly this year, so in the future it could happen.
I mean, yeah, it's just
for them. It's
just going to be a tough team. Here's the thing I think about Devin Booker, though. I think Devin Booker, if he is like his highest potential is a season like what Shai just had. Like he's a bit more of a shooter than Shai is, where Shai's going to get to the bucket. But that mid-range, just absolute stone-cold killer shooter, but they can also pass, rebound a little bit, and they're better on defense than you give them credit for. That's the kind of guy Devin Booker is. And he's gonna have to do everything for the team. So, I mean, he's going to put up insane numbers. I wouldn't be shocked by it. But I would just be shocked if the Suns were good enough for him to be in the conversation. His numbers are going to be in the conversation.
Yeah. I think at this point, just drafting him with how many rounds we got left? One more.
You got one more guy after this.
So yeah,
these is late round.
Yeah, this is like
you're just taking stabs.
Yeah, this is, and like I said, a lot of things are gonna have to go right. But if I had to, out of the people left, if I had to bet on anybody, I'm going Devin Booker for sure.
All right. You know what's crazy? At first, when we were doing this, I thought 15 players, that's a lot. But there are going to be guys that go undrafted that I actually think have a real shot.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. I got two more
picks, and there's some that could be bad if they don't go.
I'm trying to decide how crazy I want to get with these picks.
I got a crazy one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull the trigger.
Well, I know I'm taking Paolo right now.
Okay, I like it.
That was not someone I was even looking
at.
Paolo just today signed a max contract. And look, you're talking about the third-year leap. You talk about a big leap for Paolo. This will be the fourth year. This is fourth year, right? Yeah.
This is fourth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This will be the fourth-year leap. He gets to be actually healthy. He was so good last year. And if he can have a healthy year, he's going to be on, I think, a top 2 or 3 team in the East. I think it's them right there with the Cavs and the Knicks. This team's going to be nasty. He's going to be their best player. I think he's going to be All-NBA, and I think he's got a real shot to be a MVP candidate. And so this is a bet on Paolo. I think he has to take a leap to get here, but also the Magic are going to be so good that he's going to have to be in the conversation anyway. So I'm taking Paolo first. Hunter, I don't know.
We know you want to do it. We know you want to take Jaylen Brown.
No, but here's the thing. I love Jaylen.
We know you want to take Jaylen Brown.
And if the Celtics had a front court, I would take Jaylen Brown, but I'm not taking Jaylen Brown. I'm going to take Anthony Davis.
I thought he'd fall to me, bro. Damn.
Because here's the thing. Anthony Davis is going to be on a team that I think can be really, really, really good.
They're actually looking good.
Their team's nasty. And they're deep. And they're going to have LeBron on a minimum after he gets buyout from the Lakers.
Please, bro. I mean, I'm just, please.
No, it's going back to the Cavs.
Bro, LeBron is going to play in the Lakers. He's going to be happy about it.
Please.
I was trying to decide here between 3 guys. But I ultimately went with Anthony Davis. I'm not saying the guys. I went with Anthony Davis because he's a special player. He's a top 10 player in the league. If he can be healthy, which he has been healthy for 2 of the last 3 years. Last year was tough. I think it was just the Mavs being cursed. But they've got Cooper Flagg, who's going to be NBA ready. I think Cooper Flagg's going to be awesome. They got a bunch of really solid vets. Derek Lively is going to be able to play the 5 and let Anthony Davis focus a lot on offense. So he's going to have the numbers. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. the Mavs have a shot. I don't know if their backcourt's going to be good enough. I don't know if D'Lo's going to be enough to be a real winning point guard until Kyrie gets back. But if they can just be enough until Kyrie gets back, then this team's going to be special. I actually think this is like a Cinderella team, dark horse. And so my last pick, I'm going to take Anthony Davis. We got 2 more picks left. We're doing really good on time. Rich, with your last pick, who are you taking?
Thinking, man. I'm actually looking at this. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, it's a couple guys. I think I'm gonna take another stab, bro. Which this ain't really too far off because I think he's the best player on this team now.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's been a lot of drama leading up to them getting to the point they've gotten to, and he's been consistent throughout the process. I'm going with Tyrese Maxey, my boy. I think I like Tyrese, bro, and I think I know Joel just won MVP long ago, but that felt not too long ago, but that felt like please stop asking, like kind of like the conversation people were having, you know what I mean? It just didn't feel real. I didn't really feel that.
It's like a kid that cries for McDonald's for so long that finally you're just like, bro, here's your damn Happy Meal, man. Shut up.
I wasn't really feeling it. So
bullet from Jokic.
Jokic should have. That was a LeBron effect on Jokic for real. They was just tired of giving it to him.
It really is
already. But either way, bro, I feel like Maxey has been a piece of the Sixers that has kept them even in conversations about contending. Because when everything's falling apart, you got Tyrese Maxey still being, it's not often that you see this, but he can come in and be their energy guy while giving them 30 points.
Yeah, he's a baller, bro. I love Tyrese Maxey. I'm so mad he's on the Sixers.
I am too, bro. And I think they have the talent to be good and be in the conversation. So you give Tyrese Maxey, the real green light, as I think they should, and just kind of like take Joel Embiid's talent and use it, of course, but realize that putting Maxey at the top of this scoring option list is going to give our defense so much variability. Like, there's just so much we can do with him running through him first when we have the talent of these other guys coming around, if they produce what they're supposed to produce, if they're healthy. So, I mean, I can see the path for it, for sure.
Yeah. I like the pick. Hunter, you have the last pick in the draft. Who is Mr. Irrelevant in the NBA MVP draft?
I'm between Steph, Cade, and now Embiid because I remembered about Embiid.
Who are you taking? There's no world where I would draft Embiid.
I think it's going to happen again, bro. I really do.
Bro, he's got to play more than 30 games, bro. That's not...
No, he's got to play more 65. Than 60. Yeah.
No, he has to play 65 games to win MVP. Do you
surgery.
think in any world Joel Embiid's playing 65 games?
I can't let Steph go undrafted.
Amen. I was
between Steph and Cade to be.
You could pick Donovan Mitchell, too.
Can't take 2 Cavs either. It's between Steph and Cade.
Who are you taking?
It's just, do I think Cade's taking a big enough of a leap to take Steph's spot?
That's tough.
Come on.
I think I'm going with Steph still. I think he stays healthy
enough. Wrong, bro.
Steph going undrafted would be insane. I just don't. I think it's a crime against him.
He should have been one of the first 3 rounds.
Thought about it, but I'm like, man, MVP though. But he could do it. Steph could do it. It's Steph.
It's just more about the Warriors right now and how many games he's going to play.
So tell me what do the Warriors have to do to be good enough for Steph to win an MVP?
50 plus wins at least.
In this West, 50 plus wins is maybe a 6 seed.
They got to stay. They have to be 4 or above, so they have to be the team right under the big 3, I think.
Yeah.
They could do it. I mean, they got a whole year of Jimmy.
Which will look good.
Probably Al Horford.
Which would be better.
Yeah, better than whoever they had. But they need a big. They need one bad.
We'll see what they get for Kuminga, too, if they don't re-sign him.
I mean, even if they re-sign him, it's going to be an insane contract for Kuminga, a guy that can give you 20 a game. I'm not like...
I know, but like...
He needs a...
I want to love Kuminga. I want to love Kuminga because I love wings that are versatile like that. But if Steve Kerr is mentioning you, I just trust Steve Kerr enough to know that he's probably not.
That's my thing, bro.
He's probably not.
I saw when he got benched.
You did that to Jason Tatum, so what does that mean?
He was hating, bro.
Jason Tatum's a champion, Hunter. If you shut the hell up right now, okay?
I'm just using your logic against you.
I'm not doing this with you.
I'm
Jason
using
Tatum
your
is a
logic
champion.
against. No,
Jason
I'm
Tatum is a champion, a
clearly not
five-time
good enough
first
to
team
Steve
All
Kerr.
NBA player. Hunter, we're not doing this right now. You could talk to me when your
Clearly
team gets
not
out the
good enough
second
for
round.
Steve Kerr.
You could talk to me when your team gets out the second round, bro. What are you talking about?
You're gonna be in the play-in this year, so I mean,
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell wasn't even on the
Celtics.
team. All right. Okay, Rich, go ahead.
No, you get. Wait.
I don't even remember what you were saying, bro. We were talking about Kuminga, Steve Kerr.
Oh
benched him.
yeah. Kuminga, I just seen him get benched, and I'm just like, you don't take those it factor players out, whether they're doing, you know what I'm saying. So that just kind of tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. So that's it. Our 2025-26
That was a good draft.
MVP draft way too early. We're going to do a quick overview. Hunter took Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, Kawhi Leonard, Evan Mobley, and Steph Curry. Rich, you have Luka, Giannis, and KD. That's kind of insane. Devin Booker and Tyrese Maxey. I took Jokic, Ant, Brunson, Paolo, Anthony Davis. From first look, those first three that Rich got are kind of insane. Hunter, shut up, bro. You're not rage baiting me. You're not rage baiting me on this podcast.
It's
not
kind of
happening.
seems like that.
No,
doesn't it?
I'm not. I'm not biting, Hunter. I'm not biting.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm not. But Hunter, I will. We will have words after I click stop. Words that I cannot say on this podcast. And so, right before we go, that's our team's notable players that went undrafted. Cade Cunningham, undrafted. Top 10 in most people's MVP odds. Joel Embiid, undrafted. Donovan Mitchell, undrafted. You should be ashamed of yourself, Hunter. Jaylen Brown, undrafted. Celtics. I'm sorry, Pookie. I love you. John Morant, undrafted. Apparently, there's one sports book that has Josh Giddey at plus 12,000, which is insane.
No way.
That's the same odds as LeBron James. That one sports book. LeBron, undrafted. Siakam, undrafted. Cat, undrafted. Trey, undrafted.
Harden.
That's about it. Yeah, Harden's never won an MVP again. I think we did a job. But that's when you get to the end of this, you still got guys like Cade and Donovan Mitchell that didn't get drafted. The NBA's stacked.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody says. These are the best years the NBA's ever had. This is going to be a lot of fun basketball. We're in the middle of the offseason, and so we're just going to start doing way too early predictions, doing these drafts. Next week, we're going to deep dive into the 10-year anniversary of the 2015-16 season. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison of what the Thunder have to do to have the same leap from year 1 to year 2 that the Warriors did on the way to their dynasty. I'm excited about it. We'll see y'all then. Peace out.